Hey guys, you may be wondering, what are you doing again, Halloween? You're talking of the same subject again. I think, I went over this very briefly yesterday, in about 2 minutes, about the Nintendo LP thing. I think I've seen a lot of discussion from both sides. In fact, there's been a lot of comments about it, and I think I might actually just stick my oar in and my own opinion on this. First of all, to sort of cover what's actually going on, a lot of people have been asking what's been going on. So, Nintendo, basically, over the last couple of days, have decided that they want to claim all of their videos, in terms of anything that's done as an LP. Or any gameplay in general, really, they're going to claim it for themselves as advert revenue, instead of letting whoever made it claim it as advert revenue. And of course, this has caused a split opinion, really, as in, are they allowed to do this, or should they do this, or what's the problem? Now, the main problem I've seen is that people may accidentally get strikes against their account. Now, that's, for me, probably the most important thing to worry about, because I don't know about some of the rest of you, I have an awful lot of videos, and the last thing I'd want is to lose them all. Now, I honestly think it's only Nintendo's only going after the more modern videos, I think. Some things in the last 10 years, for example, people are like, oh, Eternal Darkness, you're going to have to be worried about. I don't think they're too worried about things like Eternal Darkness. I think more than likely it's going to be stuff like the 3DS games, or Wii U games, or modern Wii games, that kind of thing. I think that's more than likely, that's not certain, but that's from what I've noticed, at least. Anyway, point being, they've decided to claim all these videos, which of course is causing a bit of conflict in the community. As in, should they do this? Can they do this? Are they allowed to do this? Why are they doing this? And the general opinion, like I said, it seems to be a bit split. I'm actually looking through the original comments now, and people are basically saying, you know, it's under fair use, or things like this. I think it's a very, very difficult situation to argue. On the one hand, they are simply saying, these are our games, these are our visual footage, and our music, and our everything, our copyrights. This is ours, you cannot touch it, we're going to put our own adverts on. Now, we're letting you continue to make LPs, that's fine, but we get all the ad revenue. Now, for 99% of you who don't get the ability to claim videos, because you're not with partnerships or whatever, you're just making them for fun, that wouldn't affect you in the slightest. It's just Nintendo going to stick adverts in your videos. I mean, you've probably seen this before, like, Konami do it. They did it on my Silent Hill video, for example. Just the intro one where the music plays. It's bizarre little things that knock off the copyrights. So that's that. Then, there's the rest of us. I say us, because I am involved here. I am with the partnership. I'm with Machinima. I know I don't advertise it, because I don't like to. I don't like to shove it down your throats. I don't like, oh, look, like, subscribe to me, like, watch all my videos and click on my advert. I don't do that, because I don't like it. I simply got offered a chance. Would you like to make a little bit of money on the side while you're doing this? And I just said, sure, why not? It protects me from copyright claims, it protects me from other things, it stops my account getting nuked if I make a mistake. Of course, it came with a lot of terms and conditions, don't they all? I obviously can't go over anything, I'm not allowed to. But the main thing, as you probably noticed, I do not put music, actual music. I used to put stuff like Blue Oyster Cult in and lots of other funny, silly things. I'm not allowed to do that anymore, that's one of the stipulations, really. Anyway, point being, the rest of us, that's me included, then have the ability to claim videos. Now, claiming a video, of course, says you own. What you're essentially saying, I own the copyright to this video. I put my claim on this video for adverts. I'm allowed everything. I own the content here. I'm allowed to do so. Now, Let's Playing, like I said before, is a bit of a grey area. It's a difficult situation to go on. You have to look at this in quite, I suppose, quite a detached manner. In one sense, your commentary, you own obviously 100%. Everything I say is mine. It comes from my voice, comes from my opinions, it comes from everything I do is mine, and my opinion, my views. Now that's fine. I own that 100%. They cannot claim that. This is where it gets difficult, because Nintendo are claiming the entire videos, as some of the other companies do, I might add, like Square Enix and Sega did for a while as well. But anyway, here's the point. Now, is that fair? No, I'd say. Bollocks, the phone's going. Hold on. Sorry, back to the point. So, is that fair, is what I was saying. And, no, it's really not fair. While they do own the game footage, they do not own your commentary. So for them claiming it is essentially a problem, because they don't own all the video. But it's the same sense that we also don't own all the video. So it is a tricky place to be. There's no denying it, there's no way around it, there's no, I mean, I don't think even claiming fair use is fair, because fair use only covers partial amounts. We tend to do entire walkthroughs of stuff. And when you do an entire walkthrough of something, you're not really just showing little bits of it, you're showing the entire game. Now, depending on the game, let's have a think. Depending on the game, right? Let's say Metal Gear Solid. Now, jokes aside, Metal Gear Solid is mostly FMV and cutscenes. Now, if you're showing all of that, you know, perhaps Konami are going to be thinking, hey, well, you've shown most of what everyone's had to see. And I can see why they try and claim it. So the actual gameplay footage is difficult. There's a lot of arguments saying, well, each gameplay footage, each gameplay playthrough is completely unique and obviously ties into the commentary at the same time. Now that is completely unique. You're completely correct. But it's in the same... People also can try and compare it to the movies on the other side. We're saying, well, you wouldn't be able to just record a movie and talk over it. In fact, no one can. You have to have a special license to do so. Again, true, but movies do not change on repeat viewings. Games do. Now, I can see that from both sides. It's difficult. I still think it's a lot of give and take with how it works. With the partnership people, especially with companies like Machinima, the Game Network, and others that I've completely forgotten at the time. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. With those kind of people, they have special licenses to show special videos. Like, I believe the Game Network is allowed to do Nintendo ones, whereas Machinima isn't. I believe. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's what I've been hearing. Like, some people are allowed to keep these videos up. So... you get to this tricky situation now, like, what is and what isn't okay to claim. Now, I've always thought claiming on the video games is done under the fact the game companies enjoy the free advertising. For whatever reason, Nintendo's decided that this is not enough. I don't understand why completely. Considering, maybe it's because the Wii U's bombing so badly, they need an extra bit of funds. Who knows? But, I'm just... like, the word fair use keeps coming up over and over again and saying it's fine, you know. But it's... I don't know. I don't know if you can actually claim fair use for the entirety of things. I'm actually reading Sideways Thinkers now. I agree with him a lot, for most of this. I'll quote it, actually. Quote, I get called out once in a while on my videos, and I always have the same response, fair use. We have the legal right to use their video games as part of our videos, as long as we aren't using them for the purpose, as long as we are using them for the purposes of commentary, critique, comedy/spoof, which is what Let's Plays fall under. Really, walkthroughs with no commentary are legal, Let's Plays aren't. The thing is, though, if we actually look at the terms of the fair use, you can't actually show the entire thing. That's why some companies actually ask you to cut the cutscenes out, bizarrely, rather than the gameplay. Like, Rockstar. Rockstar do not let you show the cutscenes for Red Dead Redemption, for example. Bizarre, but that's their choice, I suppose. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It is their choice. And this is something I've argued before, which I don't like. I really don't like. We buy video games, we buy the license to play them. That's it, we do not own them. Now, quite frankly, I pay £40 or $60 to buy a video game. If I want to play Disco with it, I will. I do not like the idea that we do not own what we've bought. I think that's a very poor choice, and which is why Steam is the devil. But that's that crazy ranting of a madman later, I think. But in this situation in general, it all comes down to you have no choice in the matter. They have put their foot down, and you can't fight it. Now, most of us aren't going to see a problem with this. If they want to say my Eternal Darkness videos, I can't claim them, then so be it. I really don't care. I work 40 hours a week as a full-time job. I don't do this as a job. I get a tiny bit of cash on the side from this. It's lush. Oh, cool. I like it. You know what I do with that cash? I buy more games to LP with. I buy equipment to LP with. I find it great. It basically means I can do my hobby for the most part without costing me any money at all, which is great. I love it. I think that's fantastic because I can keep doing stuff without worrying like, oh, can I afford buying a game this month? So I don't have to worry about that now. And now I can just put out what I like. But at the same time, if I get told suddenly I can't do it for money, it won't change a thing. If I can't claim anything anymore, does that really matter? I did it for 4 years without claiming anything. It doesn't matter to me. I suppose the people it will affect are those who do it for full time as pay. There are many people out there who put out fantastic videos day after day after day after day, and they get paid, and they get the ad revenue, and it probably will hit them hard. Now that is a problem. I don't know how they're going to fix that. That they may have to argue with their networks. I don't know. But for the rest of us, I don't. If Nintendo say, "We're claiming this, take it down," and you say, you have to say okay, and there really is no way out of it. At the end of the day, while the commentary is ours, the game is theirs. So if you really want, I guess you could put the game up silently and then release the commentary elsewhere, and that'd be essentially what they're asking. You can't take my commentary. Well, you can't take my game. It's difficult. I've also seen a lot. While we're here, we may as well cover the entire topic. I may just keep talking. It's like a podcast with a solo man just ranting and raving about random things. But I've seen a lot of, well, tough luck. Who thought playing video games was like, you know, they're just playing video games for work, so be it. You know, I don't think that's fair on the people who do this full time at all. I mean, I can't comment myself, I don't do it full time. The editing takes me a lot of time, but at the end of the day, I work, I come home, I do a video, I put it out. That's me, you know. Some of these people spend all day, every day doing this for you guys. I'm trying to think. I don't know LPs very well. Funnily enough, I don't actually watch LPs that often. I prefer reading them, much prefer reading them. Which is weird, I know, but hey, go figure. But I believe there's a Nintendo Capra-son. I believe he does a lot of Nintendo games. Chugga Conroy also does a lot of Nintendo games. Now, these guys, I believe that they're career LPers. I think they get paid quite well, but I can imagine this be hitting them. And people say, oh, it doesn't take any work, it's no work at all. Now, from someone who does LPs and works full-time, I'd say it is quite a lot of work, personally, even for the small amount I do. Now, those of you who do LPs know exactly how this works, but anyone who doesn't, right, so you come home, you have to make sure your equipment's set up, you have to make sure your sound sounds okay, make sure there's nothing going to disturb you for starters, and get everything ready. Now that takes 10-15 minutes. Then you got to record the game. Now, it's not always going to go through the first time, is it? Right, you record a section, doesn't work, the console recorder craps out, Silent Hill one likes to do that a lot. So you've got to redo a section quickly, or you got to like pause it, redo it, edit it again later. So what you finally record everything, you've got 30 minutes of solid video. Now you can't just chuck 30 minutes of solid video on the internet and call it a day. No. First you got to edit together your audio and your video. You got to make sure it syncs. You got to make sure you cut out anything that doesn't work, any mic popping, any sounds that go up and down, things like this. Now that alone takes hours. Then you got to compress it. Now this, depending on your PC, that can take a while. So you got to make sure once you finally finish editing, compress it all into the bits you want. Then you got to upload it. Now, if you want to count that all together, for me, it takes about 3 to 4 hours, as you probably know. Especially in 720p, it takes a very long time because my internet is terrible. So saying that's no work isn't particularly fair. In the same, I've seen a couple of game reviewers actually, Chris, that's guys from Future Publishing. Now, I had a word with one of them on Twitter. In fact, he used the word parasites. I wasn't particularly happy with that. I got an apology out of him actually in the end, but there you go. But the point still stands is the gaming press isn't much better. In the same sense, someone says, "Oh, well, LPers do no work. All they do is record and upload." Game reviewers do no work. All they do is put no thought into it, write some shit down, and stick it on a website. It's the same absolute nonsense. Of course they do work. And they do a lot of work. They have to research. They have to actually think about what they're going to type. What do you think that we don't actually think about what we're going to say, or it goes right the first time? It's a silly argument, really. And it is dreadful. Like, I know I'm sticking my oar in a bit here, but hey, fuck it. I've been doing LPs for like donkey's years now. I've probably been doing it since probably one of the longest on here. I think there's probably a few people who've done it a bit longer, but I've been doing it, what, 4 years? 5 years? I don't know. Probably not one of the longest, but certainly quite a long time. At least, anyway. I don't know. But, I don't know. I'm just going through these comments, and what's another one here? The rights as consumers. That's, again, it's a difficult one, isn't it? The rights as consumers. Where your rights begin and end. It varies from country to country. Like, I know, for example, that EULAs hold water in America. Like, the electronic license agreements you sign when you like log into a game hold water. In Europe, they're crap, and they mean absolutely nothing. Which is why in the UK, if you actually ask for a refund on Steam because you didn't like a game, you can get one. They'll claim you can't, but then you quote the law at them. Exactly. But the EULA says, EULA doesn't matter. Now, the rights as consumers here is difficult. Because it's like a non-verbal agreement, essentially. You buy a game, you are confirming that you agree to what terms and conditions they've set for the game. Now, it's stupid, but that's how it works. It's difficult. Difficult. The general thing is, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, well, people are just going to lose money on it, rah, rah, rah. And I don't think... For the majority of people, it's not about the money. It's not, is it? It's about the fun and doing it. I don't do it for the money. Most of the people don't do it for the money, and they didn't start out doing it for the money. It just came along at some point, and they're like, oh, that's nice. And the problem is, some of them probably gave them the jobs to keep doing it, and that's where the problem lies now. It's a difficult... I think actually talking about LPs in general, maybe a separate video I have to do at some point. Just chuck my thoughts down on it. Oh, hello, someone actually getting all... Lumpy me. Not impressed. My, aren't you a cliche, insecure internet douchebag? Kid, you're really going to cry at Nintendo for doing what they want, what they own? Sigh, you're nothing but a bunch of spoiled brats. Now, see, save the world. There's no point going out and insulting the man. I mean, while he did insult me, I don't think I'm an insecure internet douchebag, anyway, but there we go. Also, kid, probably older than you. Anyway, point being, there's no point, I might address this, there's no point shouting and going, oh, what an idiot, lol. Again, he brings up a valid opinion. Like, he's of the opinion that this is all crap, and everyone should just like let Nintendo do it. But again, Save the World is not taking into account that the commentary is not owned by him, nor anything else here. So it's hardly a bunch of spoiled brats. It's more of a case of people concerned over their own copyrights getting infringed as well. So you're not really you're not actually adding to the conversation by just doing some crap like that, are you? That's the problem. If you want to talk to me about it, Save the World, if you even listen to this one, come PM me on Twitter or YouTube. We'll actually have a proper chat about it. That goes for any of you. I prefer Twitter. If you actually want to talk to me about my views on this, come talk to me on Twitter, because YouTube's just garbage, and I can see Twitter from work as well, so... anyway. I mean... There are going to be 2 points of view here, that's the problem. There really are. Those who think Nintendo's well within their rights, and those who don't. Now, those who don't are probably going to be the LPers, obviously, and those who do are going to be people not seeing what the business is about. Oh, well, they're getting money for something they didn't make anyway. I think they're going to be your 2 points of view. I might as well finish off with this then. My point of view, Nintendo are completely in the wrong. They shouldn't be claiming that, like the way they are. But in the same vein, we can't fight the claim either. Because while we own the commentary, we do not own the gameplay. And while the gameplay is unique, yes, for each person, we still do not own the gameplay. Fair use, I don't think, comes into it because of how much we show. I don't think you can claim fair use when you're using all of it. That's the problem. I may be wrong on that, but I'm not claiming to be an expert on that, but I believe that's how it works. And at the end of the day, what I think honestly should happen, which I'll saying for the last video as well, neither side should have a claim on this video then. If Nintendo are getting upset that people are claiming their videos, LPs are getting upset because Nintendo are claiming their videos, then have no one claim the video. That's the way it should work. Nintendo own the gameplay, but they do not own the commentary, therefore they should not be able to claim any more than you can, in that sense, if they are that upset about it. Now, of course, the perfect world is that everyone gets 50-50 split. That would be probably the most sensible thing. In fact, the most better way would be if we can put your own adverts on, dump the partnership people, and do it in the middle. Because everyone takes a cut otherwise. So, I don't know. That's just thoughts around a madman. I can talk more about the subject, especially of LPs in general and things. If you want, I'm more than welcome to. I just saw all this kicked off this morning after I got home from work last night. Like horrible late hour, and went, oh my god, there's people commenting on the video. Jesus Christ! So I thought I'd better actually go have a look. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you didn't mind me rambling on too much. That's just mainly what I thought. And for those wondering, the music in the background is Makane Supremacy, which I got free off their website because they're fantastic. Woo! So I believe this comes under fair use because it's for free. Ding! There's an example for you. If you like the music though, I'll stick a link to their stuff in the bottom of the video. Very good. They did the music for Jets and Guns, the game. Very good. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say. If any of you wants to talk to me about this, please use Twitter, or at least to tell me on Twitter that you've said something in the video, because there may be a lot of comments, and I do try and read them all. I may accidentally miss it. I hate to keep harping on about Twitter, but YouTube's private messaging thing is dreadful. Honestly, it is the worst thing I've ever seen. Every time I answer one, it doesn't tell me what the conversation was before, so I'd have to sift through thousands of PMs to find out what we were talking about months back, maybe, and things like this. And I tend to miss them and all sorts. So Twitter's the way forward if you actually want to like get me to see something. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, guys. I will have videos up later tonight. Oh, there is a stream. There is a stream later. I will have a video up about that. It's not my stream, but I will be in a stream, if anyone wants to come along. Anyway, I should stop talking, sorry! Going now. Going back to my cave to shake my fist at clouds. Ah.